Ready? Okay.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, we're back. So I think somehow I got disconnected, but I'm going to start a new live stream so now I can continue. So I was talking about this book that we will be using for the Tajweed class. You can get it from Amazon and it's very easy to follow along with this. So I think that you all should get it if you can from Amazon. It's called Quran with Maryam and it has all the 32 surah inside it and also Ayatul Kursi as well. Okay. Alright, so yeah, those are pretty much the announcements that I have to make. I don't think there's anything that I missed, but tomorrow, inshallah, there's an event in
In New York, Marriott at LaGuardia.
Hotel in LaGuardia, and inshallah there'll be a meet and greet in the end as well. Listen.
Yeah, someone is convicted here.
Okay. So are you?
What is it saying?
I think they said they're coming to the event in New York tomorrow. Okay.
Someone said that?
Yeah, so there's going to be a meet and greet at the end. So if you
Yeah.
live in the area, you can come by and you can talk to us. We'll have a great time, inshallah. So yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, those are all the announcements. Okay, so now let's get started with the class. So Fatima, today, can you see the board? Okay. Today
So
we're
which
doing...
surah Fatima is reciting?
Oh yeah, Fatima, you will recite too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can start the class by your recitation.
So did you prepare Fatima? Which surah are you going to recite?
Surah Baqarah.
First 5 ayah.
The full Surah Baqarah?
No.
Just the first 5 ayah?
Yeah.
Okay, go
Are you
ahead.
sure?
Yeah,
Baqarah?
go.
I thought like you were memorizing Surah Al Imran now. Why not Al Imran?
Because I'm memorizing it.
Okay, go. Surah Baqarah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
You understand more? Or is that 5 ayah, right? Okay, wait.
I want to say
More? Okay, say more.
I just want to say one more.
Okay.
إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم.
That's it? Okay, you said 2 more, but it's okay. That's good. MashaAllah. Thank you, Fatima, for your beautiful recitation. Also, you want to go drink some water? Your voice is like cracking. Then go. Cover your mouth.
What happened? What is she?
Her voice is cracking, so that's why I told her to drink. Okay. Alright, so
How
now...
about now?
Yeah, good. Now we're going to start session 2 of Tajweed with Maryam. Can you all see the board? Can you see the board?
Yeah. Now Fatima, you can be on this side, right? That may be easier. What do you think?
Over here?
Yeah, that's easy, right? From both sides, one of you is on that side and bring Fatima on this side. So, and
I
then,
want to stand on this side.
huh?
Okay, then I'll just stand here. And
No, you're not going to be able to do that from here, can you?
do what? From here?
Yeah. It's opposite side, right? For you. Which side is easier for you?
This side is fine.
Your lefty?
I'm using my right hand. It's just from
Then
this
Fatima, go to the other one.
Sit here.
And then you're going to sit there.
I'm not sitting. I'm standing.
Right?
Okay.
Why do I have to sit?
Because you're not doing anything on the board.
I am. Can I have another pen?
No.
Please. Give me that one, that one, that one.
You can use better.
Fine, I'll just get it.
Fatima, stop.
Now this camera is disconnected.
Which one is this?
Plans and agenda. Review 1/3 Tajweed rules based on difficulty. Start from Juz Amma.
Ready? Okay.
What's Amma?
Juz Amma. Plans and agendas. So today, or this is just in general, we covered this slide last time too, but just as an outline of what we're doing in the class, in case you forgot. So we're going to review 1 to 3 Tajweed's rules based on how difficult they are every class. And then we're going to start from Juz Amma and review a couple of lines from each surah with the detailed tajweed and makharij. So last class we went over the makharij and pronunciation of each letter and where they come from in your mouth or your throat. So hopefully you all practiced it and you worked on the letters that were maybe a little bit weaker for you. And also we went over the first 12 ayat of Surah Naba, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so today inshallah we're going to be doing from ayah 13 to 22, I think, yeah, 13 to 22. And your homework was after the class you had to practice those 12 ayats with all the tajweed rules and makharij that we learned in class, so that inshallah when I listen to your recitation, I'm going to be listening to my friends who are watching from Zoom. So when I listen to their recitation, then I can see inshallah the improvement, and also I can tell you if you need to fix anything else or if you're doing something wrong. But yeah, it's all about learning and improving on our recitation of the Holy Quran. And the goal is by the end of this course, all of us will be able to recite the 30 rules to the best of our abilities with giving each letter its due properties and characteristics. Okay, so yes, now let's begin. So before we start with the Tajweed rules today, I wanted to cover some... Why is it moving on? I wanted to cover some common errors when reciting the Quran. So there's 2 types of errors. First, we're going to cover major errors, and then we're going to cover minor errors. Fatima,
What's a minor error?
do you know what an error is, first of all?
No.
It's like a mistake, I guess. Mistake. So there's major mistakes, so very big mistakes, and then there's minor mistakes, which are smaller mistakes. But of course, both of them are... So these are both common in the when you're reciting the Quran. Okay? So some major mistakes is to recite one letter instead of the other. So for example, you can recite a ha instead of a ha. And this all goes back to the makhraj, because if you don't know the makhraj of each of these letters, it's easier for you to mix it up and make a mistake. So for example, Fatima, I noticed when you recited Surah Baqarah today, you said, let me think of the ayah. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ. You kind of said it with a zal instead of a zai. It's unzila, not unzila, right? So that was a reciting one letter instead of the other, right? Of course, you're still young, so you're learning, but that's why I'm fixing it for you so you can make it better next time, okay? Next major error is to add a letter to a word. So instead of saying alhamdu, you add a wow to it at the end and you say alhamdu. So for example, if you started like alhamdulillahi, you're adding that wow there, the 2 harakat, and that's a mistake. That's a major error. To delete a letter from a word, so instead of saying lam yalid wa lam yulad, there's a wow there, 2 harakat. But instead of saying lam yalid wa lam yulad, you say yulad. Instead of saying with the 2 harakat, you say it without it. That's a major error because you're deleting the letter from the word. To recite one haraka instead of another, so instead of saying ihdina, if you say ahdina, so changing up the harakat, kasra, fatha, dhamma, that's a major mistake. To recite a haraka in place of sukoon, so instead of saying an'amta, noon has a sukoon on it. An'amta, you say an'amta with a fatha. That's a major mistake. So yeah, all of these are major mistakes, and making these mistakes can actually change the meanings, or changing any of this can change the meaning of what you're reciting. Why is this not moving by itself? What is going on?
Like sometimes,
What is it?
like sometimes instead of mu'min I say zalimun. Like you
that's
hibbu
a
zalimun.
That's a major mistake.
What did she say? You said Zalimun instead of
That's a very major mistake, not just a major mistake. Why are you doing this?
Close it and open.
Oh, there we go. Okay, anyways, yeah, so we should try our best to not make these major mistakes, because they will be counted as a sin if we know we're making the mistake.
Fatima, look at me. Look at the camera and say, what did you say?
Okay, but that's because you're memorizing. So when you're memorizing, of course, you're gonna make mistakes.
Look
but
at
not
your
mistakes.
student.
No.
Okay.
Maryam, look at your student.
Okay. So now we're gonna do the minor errors. So to not recite the heavy letter with a full mouth. So for example, if you recited ra lightly when it was supposed to be heavy. To not recite the lam in Allah with a full mouth when there's a fatha or dhamma in the word before. So you know that rule. When there's a fatha or dhamma in the word before, it's going to be heavy. Lafzul jalala is going to be heavy. But if it's a kasra in the word before, then lafzul jalala will be light. And finally, to not recite with the gunna, ikhfa, mad, or any other rule that we will be covering, inshallah. So these are all minor sins, and they are considered makruh. Do you know what makruh is? Makruh means disliked, very strongly.
An example, Fatima, of makruh stuff.
So what
You
is
do
one
almost
minor?
every other day. Eating.
Oh, eating shrimp. I mean, it's like, is it makruh?
I think it's
depends
not,
on your
it's
school
not
of
from
thought.
School of thoughts, yeah.
But yeah, shrimp is one of my favorites. So, okay. Anyway, so yeah, you should try to refrain from doing these as much as we can. Okay, so now we're gonna
Oh,
move
maybe
on.
I'm wrong. Actually, makruh is not recommended, right?
Not recommended, but I think it depends on your school of thought for the shrimp. Like
I
it
see.
depends on if you're Hanafi,
I see.
Hanbali, what school of thought you follow. Okay, so last class we covered heavy letters. Do you remember, Fatima? Huruf al-isti'la. So kha, sad, dad, ghain, ta, qaf, za. There's 7 heavy letters, and there's 20 light letters. And then the ra is this
There's
exception.
ya, waw, ha, noon, mim, lam, kaf, fa, ayn. What's that ayn?
Yeah.
Ayn, sheen, sin, za,
Za.
zal,
You wanna follow?
zay,
Yeah.
zal,
Here, I'll point for you.
dal, ha, jim, sa, ta, ba, alif.
Good. So those are the 20 light letters. There's 7 heavy letters, and that makes 27. But the
10 plus 10.
Arabic letters are 28. So the last one is ra, and ra is a special letter because when it has fatha or dhamma, it's heavy, and when it has a kasra, it's light.
The rule of ra.
Yes. So those are that. But we already covered that last time. I just put it here so we can review a little bit. So when we cover the stages of heaviness, you know what we're talking about. So note that the 4 letters sa, ta, and la are the heaviest of all letters because of their quality in which the tongue touches the roof of the mouth when pronouncing these letters. Can you remember the 4 letters that are the heaviest? Sa, ta,
Sad, dad, ta, ba, and la.
yeah, these are the 4 heaviest letters. So even in heavy letters, there's stages and different.
But the heavy letters, they're in kutub. The first 2 letters are qaf and ta.
What is Qutub Jad for? Do you know?
It's the Qalqalah.
Good job. Yes, we will cover that too. Mashallah, Fatima,
Oh,
you're already
Fatima,
ahead.
remember Kutub?
Yeah. So let me just read this slide first. So the strongest stage of heaviness is when one of the letters carry a fatha and is followed by an alif mad letter. For example, qala, fatala, dallin. These are all examples of the strongest stage of heaviness. The second state of heaviness is when the letters carry a fatha, just a fatha without the alif mad. So طلبا, ظلما, صبرا. The third state of heaviness is when the letters carry a dhamma. So, ظلموا, Qur'an, فقطع. And then the fourth stage of heaviness is when the letters have a sukoon on them. For example, أظلم, يقدر, أقفالها. And then the last stage of heaviness is when the letters have kasra on them. So this is, even in heavy letters, if it has kasra, it's the least amount of heaviness that you should put. So, al-mustaqim,
Fatha is the most.
الصراط. Fatha followed by an alif ma. Alif is the most. So, قال,
But I thought Dhamma is the most.
No, Fatha followed by an alif ma is the most. So you're learning now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Dhamma makes a hard sound.
Yeah, but Fatha does too. Can you read it?
Review topic was the
4.
but why did you say that?
Number 4. It's,
Number 4. Qalqalah.
yeah, we're doing Qalqalah now. So Qalqalah. So there are 5 Qalqalah letters. Fatima, what are they?
They're
Look towards
Qaf, Ba,
Look to the camera.
Jim, Dal.
Good job. So the phrase that you can remember to help you memorize it is Qutub Jad. And we have to look more towards the camera so everyone can see it too. Do you know what happens when there's a Qalqalah, Fatima?
The letter makes a hard sound.
No.
No, the letter makes a bouncing sound.
Yes, good job. So whenever any of these 5 letters have a sukoon on them, you have to vibrate it or bounce on it. So if any of the letters of Qalqalah appear with a sukoon, it will be read with an echoing sound, whether it be in the middle of a word or at the end. The Qalqalah is necessary for these letters because they have the attributes of jahr, which is the stoppage of the flow of breath, and shidda, which is the stoppage of the flow of sound. So without Qalqalah, there would be no sound. That's why we need to do the Qalqalah. Note that there are 3 types of Qalqalah. Qalqalah Kubra, Qalqalah Wusta, and Qalqalah Sughra. Strong, medium, and subtle. So Qalqalah Kubra occurs
Kubra means
big.
No, big.
Yeah. It occurs at the end of an ayah. If the letter has a shadda, then it will be pronounced even stronger. Wusta, which is the medium one, occurs at the end of a word in the middle of an ayah. And finally, Sughra occurs in the middle of the word.
Small.
Yeah, whether it's in the beginning or the end. Beginning, middle, or end of the ayah. Well, it can't really be the beginning, middle, or the end. I mean, of the word. So, yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna go over more rules?
Yeah, I have one more slide with the rules, and then we're going to start doing Surah Naba. So this is review topic 5, which is the hems. Hems. There are 10 hems letters. Ta, tha, ha, kha, sin, shin, sad, fa, kaf, ha. And these can be gathered in the sentence. فحثه شخص سكت. فحثه شخص سكت. That's the sentence that you can help remember.
Yeah.
No, Fatima, you go that side because it was blocking. That's why I asked my to go this side.
Okay. So Hamza is basically the whispering flow of breath upon pronunciation due to being fairly independent of the makhraj. The opposite, al-jahr, is the audibility of the letters, which traps airflow due to heavy reliance on the makhraj, applied to all the remaining letters not included in hems. So basically, when you do hems, you put a sukoon. When there's a sukoon on these letters, you kind of let your breath flow a little bit when you stop. And the 10 letters are فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتٌ. Okay?
Ask Fatima.
Do you get it, Fatima? When does hems happen? When these letters have a sukoon, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
I see a sukoon over here and over here.
good. شَخْصٌ. So you kind of let your breath flow when it has a sukoon on it. Okay. So now, please bring your Quran to follow along and open to Surah Naba. Today we will cover from ayah 13 to 22. Walaikum assalam.
See, you will talk to them after.
Inshallah, I will talk to you all. I'll talk to as many as possible today. But I'll also listen to your recitations of Surah Naba. So let's start learning now. I'm gonna open the Quran. We're on Surah Naba.
Surah Naba, Surah Naba, Surah Naba. Go very, very
Wait.
down.
Here. Okay.
What's your numbers, Naba?
Surah number 78.
78.
We're on ayah 13.
13.
Let me make it bigger. Cool. Ready? Here.
And then, can I do the highlighting again?
Okay.
Can I do the highlighting again?
Yeah, you can.
Who is reciting, Fatima or?
Can you pick my
Should I start by reciting it?
Yes.
From ayah 13 to 22?
22. Where's 22?
Fatima, you wanna recite or oh no, maybe
No, we'll do it
Maryam
together.
you recite and then Fatima is gonna recite and you correct, right?
No,
So,
I think
how
we'll
did
just
you
do
do
it
that?
together.
Huh?
We'll recite it together.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're doing from ayah 13. Wait, where's...
I want to choose my color.
What color?
Wait, no. I want to go to the rainbow.
Oh, Fatima, don't waste so much time.
Let's go.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're doing from ayah 13 to
I wanna do
22. You can highlight too, but first let's recite, okay? Together, ready? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا إن جهنم كانت مرصادا للطاغين مآبا. That's ayah 22. Okay, here. Now, let's start by learning the rules, okay?
Yes.
We're starting from ayah 13. I'll tell you what to highlight so you can highlight it. Ready? Don't stand on the chair. Okay, highlight over here. Can you even reach that?
I'm gonna say.
Don't lean on and then
Here, No, don't circle.
No, wait, give me my color.
Yeah,
No, I'll just take your pen.
No, wait, Fatima, hold on.
what is happening?
How do you get rid of that? I don't know how to erase it. Wait, whatever.
Just use white.
No, don't use white. It's
Why?
gonna ruin the letters. Okay. Fatima, don't just now. You can use the pen.
No,
Use it.
you erase, you cannot.
No, why are you coloring it?
What are you trying to do then?
I also said to highlight, not color it. Okay, wait. Let me restart this. Don't say. Okay, just use this part, the back one. That's the highlight. And just highlight this. Circle, I said to highlight, but okay. Anyways, so there's a... No. There's a tanween here followed by a wow. So if you notice, this is a new rule I don't think we covered
There's a
before.
tanween and a wow.
Yes, now, it's called idgham bi ghunna. So what happens when you have idgham bi ghunna? Basically, you don't, because what do you usually say? You would read as sirajan wa haja, and instead of saying it like that, you combine it and you put a ghunna. So you say sirajan wa haja. So one of the noons in the tanween drops basically. Sirajan wa haja. Okay, and since it's bi ghunna, because wow is one of the letters of idgham bi ghunna, make sure to make it from your nasal sound a little bit too. وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَاجًا. Fatima, you recite it? Ayah.
وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَاجًا.
Okay, I'll stand on this side so that it's easier. Okay. Next ayah. Fatima, highlight. You make sure you're using this part. Highlight the noon. Okay. So noon sakina, and it's followed by zai. This is called ikhfa. Okay. Let's write it down. Ikhfa.
I know that rule.
So ikhfa means that when you have noon sakina or tanween followed by one of the ikhfa letters, you kind of conceal the noon. So you don't pronounce it clearly. You just say, you don't say anzalna, instead you say anzalna. You conceal the noon a little bit. وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ Let me see what other rules are here. مِنَ الْمُعْصِرَاتِ. So these are just two haraka commands. I'm not going to cover them every time because then it will take up the entire thing. There's a lot of them. Okay, and then over here, Fatma, you're too far, so I'll just do it, okay? There's a med here, right? And this med is called med muttasil. Okay. So med muttasil is basically when you have a med sign followed by hamza. But the difference between mad al-muttasil and mad al-munfasil is that mad al-muttasil has to be in the same word. So you say ma'an, this is one word, right? So that's why it's mad al-muttasil. And you prolong it for 4 to 5 harakat. So وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْمُعْصِرَاتِ مَاءً ثَجَّاجًا. The next rule here is...
I want to highlight it. Where is it?
Just use the back one. The tanween and the tha.
This one?
Yeah, you can't even reach it, Fatima. Okay, so the tanween
Fatima,
followed
you have to eat
by
more.
tha. Sit down. Tanween followed by tha. This is also an example of ikhfa because tanween followed by tha, which is an ikhfa letter, you conceal the tanween a little bit. So now let's recite the entire ayah. وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْمُعْصِرَاتِ مَاءً ثَجَّاجًا. Okay. So ayah 14 has a lot of rules. Ikhfa and mad al-muttasil. Okay, the next ayah. لِنُخْرِجَ بِهِ حَبًّا وَنَبَاتًا. Okay, over here you have... Also, I'm not really highlighting the heavy...
I know a rule. It's like if there's if this noon didn't have anything on it, you would go to the next letter.
Okay.
If there is no, skip, right, and go to the next, what is that rule called? I think she's...
Are you saying that you connect, what? I don't get what you mean.
No, you don't say this noon if there's nothing on it. You just go to yeah.
Okay. I don't get
Okay,
it.
we'll discuss that when we hit that. I think, I think I saw something like that when you skip, right? What
You're
time
not
you skip?
skipping it. Like, for example, here you're just connecting, and maybe that's what she means. Like, sirajan, instead of saying sirajan wa hajjan, maybe she's...
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm not circling every single heavy letter because then you're going to have the entire, thing circled. But you know the heavy letters. They're khaf, sad, ba, ta, qaf, za. Right? Okay. لِنُخْرِجَ بِهِ حَبًّا. Can you highlight this little thing over here next to the ha?
Yeah.
Right here. Next to the hat, there's a little thing. Highlight that, yeah. Okay, so I think this is a new rule that we never learned, and it's called mad as-sila. Okay, so there's two types of mad as-sila, mad sila kubra and mad sila sughra. This is mad sila sughra because you're not prolonging it for that much. This basically happens when you have a ha followed by this little sign, and if there's alif followed by that, then it would be mad sila kubra or hamza. But since it's not a hamza or alif, it's a ha, so it's a sughra, and it's just 2 harakat. So لِنُخْرِجَ بِهِ
حَبًّا وَنَبَاتًا.
Good. Highlight the tanween and the wow.
Yeah.
Tanween and wow. And habba.
Which one is the tanween?
You don't know the tanween? The tanween is that one. 2 fathatains.
This one?
Yeah, highlight that. Good. And the wow. Okay, this is another example of idgham bi ghanna because it's tanween followed by wow. As we saw here, same rule. Habban wa nabata. Make sure to connect it and give the ghanna. So let's recite the whole ayah.
لنخرج به حبا ونباتا.
Oh, and since we covered this rule today, the hams, let me show you an example of that. So the kha here, you see has a sukoon, right?
Yeah.
So you colored it so much that it went away. Okay, anyway, لنخرج. So you let your breath flow a little bit when you say it. لنخرج به. That's an example of hams because you know kha is a hams letter. Okay. Wajan. Okay, I think I'll go until 17 and then we'll ask them to recite. Wajannatin. Fatima, can you highlight the noon? Noon mushaddada. Do you know what is it called? Don't color it, then it goes away. Just circle it. What is it called? Do you know? Ghunna.
Ghunna, yes.
Ghunna. Noon mushaddada or mimun mushaddada means ghunna, and you press on it and make it come from your nose.
Like this. Gun.
Wajan. Wajannatin.
Like it's going to be like wajannatin.
Yeah. Okay, now can you highlight that tanween next under the ta?
No.
Don't color it, Fatima, just circle it. And then I'll highlight this. So it's just gonna be
I can reach.
tanween followed by alif. This is called izhar.
Izhar.
Izhar. So basically izhar means you don't do anything. Izhar is clear pronunciation. Wajannatin alfafa. Did I do anything? I kept it the same, right? Tin jannatin alfafa. It's clear pronunciation. Let me write it down. Clear pronouns. I spelled it wrong. Pronouns.
Pronunciation. Not pronoun. Erase it, you can erase?
No.
No, there is an eraser.
I can't erase it because this thing is not working for some reason, so I'll just leave it.
Which one is not working?
Like this button. This is the undo button, but it won't work right now. I don't know why.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Anyways, just pretend I spelled it correctly. Okay. Inna. Fatima, highlight the noon al-mushaddada. Highlight it, don't color it. Good. Inna. Same thing. Ghanna. Press on it and make it come from your nose. Inna. يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا. I think that's all in here. There's nothing else. Okay, so should we stop here and ask to start? Should we continue?
How many are you?
We're doing until 22. And
No,
we'll
but
start
how many did?
13 to, what is this, 17?
13, 14, 15, 16, 17?
Yeah.
Okay, is that a reasonable stop or you have to do one more?
I think that's fine. Okay. Let's recite all of them with the rules and we'll ask some of our friends to recite as well. Okay?
Yeah.
وَجَعَلْ Fatima with me?
Let me sit first.
Sit there. Okay, ready?
وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا.
Good. Okay. So, some people can recite that.
Yeah, so you have to see them, right? Because now you can't see it, right? None of them. Let me see. Should I turn around? Okay, so ask like who wants to recite and then I'll-
Anybody wants to recite ayah 13 to 17, then you can raise your hand in the Zoom thing.
Yeah, I just want to see whether I'm pronouncing it right. Should I go from the start or just a single verse?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. So you can start from ayah 13.
Alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَاجًا.
وجعلنا سراجا وثاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا. How was it?
MashaAllah, that's very good. I think most of your tajweed rules are very good. Just like one thing I can say, maybe you can work a little bit on your heavy letters. So in لِنُخْرِجَ, the kha was not that clear. One more thing is in ayah 14, وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْمُعْصِرَاتِ مَاءً. The mend could have been a little bit longer. You did do the mend, but just a little bit longer would be better. But mashallah, you have very beautiful voice and recitation was very good.
Thank you.
So what's your name? Sorry, I can't see the Zoom. What's your name?
This is Rahman, Adi Rahman.
Adi Rahman, mashallah. Thank you so much for reciting.
Yeah, actually I wanted to say that it was really cool to see you, like driving the car. You know, it reminded me of one incident. If you liked it, I would say that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was very fun. Okay. Alright, next. Inshallah, you can raise your hand and we'll see who wants to recite. We'll have like 2 or 3 more, I guess.
Okay, hold on. Shaibi Ahmed. Next, we'll ask. Just 1 second. Shaibi Ahmed raised hand. Fatima, do you know Yusra is also here? Where is Shaibi Ahmed? By the way, I can see Shaibi Ahmed. Oh, here, I found it. Shaibi, you can go ahead. You are muted. Sister.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. What about you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
She's the champion of the first competition. You remember her, right?
I remember her, yeah. Okay. Alright, sister, you can start reciting from ayah 13.
Fatima, what are you doing?
وَجَعَلْنَا
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا.
Okay, mashallah. Thank you so much, Sister Shaibi. I think that your recitation is very beautiful, just like last time when I heard it. But the only thing that I've said to you before, and I'll say it again, is the lam. So you do have to work a little bit on making it lighter. I think you've been practicing. I can tell because it's gotten a lot better than the first time I heard it. Because I remember your recitation from like when I heard in the Quran competition, and now your lambs are a lot lighter than they were back then. But I think you can still work on it a little bit more. And another thing is the hunna on the noon. I think you're doing it a little bit too much. It's only 2 harakats. So inna yawma al-fasli, not like a long time, just 2 harakats. Really good. Okay? MashaAllah, great recitation. I missed hearing your recitation. Okay, let's have one more and then we'll continue.
Yeah. Just 1 more second. Let me see. Tabassum Nihal. Can I recite Tabassum Nihal?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Okay, so do you want to recite?
Yes.
Okay, from ayah 13, وَجَعَلْنَا.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وجعلنا سراجا وحاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا.
MashaAllah, thank you so much, sister. Your recitation is very good. One thing I noticed was when you said that isti'adhan bi basmala, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Bismillahi, you said it with the ha instead of a ha. So that's a major mistake because it's a ha, not a ha. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The second two, Rahmanir Rahim, those are has, but Bismillahi, that's a ha. So make sure you don't mix that up. And then otherwise, I think it was good. You put all the rules and Tajweed rules and everything, but the Fatha sound, like the Alif sound, is a little bit heavy. So you said like waja'alna, like it needs to be a little bit lighter, if you know what I mean. So I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah, that's good. Otherwise, mashallah, great job. Okay.
Okay, one more and that's it. Hana Maryam's fan. For today.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وجعلنا سراجا وحاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا.
MashaAllah, thank you so much. Very good recitation. You put the Tajweed rules. I think some of the letters you can improve the makharij on. So, linukhrija, I heard it like linuhrija, like a ha, but it's actually a kha. So make sure to make that heavy. Linukhrija, the ra's were a little bit light. But otherwise, mashallah, great job. Good job. That's not, I dropped it.
Fatima recited?
Okay, she'll recite at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's continue. We have like 5 more ayat left.
Oh, you want to go more? I thought like we're done.
That's it? Okay, we can stop here. I was planning to do until ayat 22.
Oh, how many more? Oh, yeah.
5.
I'd rather consider on listening to others because they are waiting, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, I think that's it for today in terms of teaching.
Yeah, that's
So what you do, you listen maybe few more and then Fatima recite and correct it and then next class. Because at the beginning we have some hiccups, right? So maybe next class you will cover more, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see who else wants to recite. I'd rather like to listen to their recitation and correct it.
Okay.
Just 1 second, let's see. Who else wants to recite? Especially the...
Yes?
Well, I wanted to say happy birthday in advance. And well, I had an incident to share. Like, we started driving, huh? When I was in 8th standard, it was like in the morning time, my dad used to stay at the mosque, like till the dawn. He used to do the sunrise prayer, then he used to come back. So it was like I used to take the car key and just go around. And what happened is one day, while I was parking in front of the home, I accidentally hit the boundary wall, and my dad was, "Hey, did you take the car today?" And no, Dad, I didn't do anything. It was kind of amazing. And well, have you seen my title as Mr. Hacker? And I want to say about that as well. Actually, I'm getting very much passionate about hacking, and it started from 10 of you. Actually, I was kind of getting your number and your address, the stuff. Actually, got a few things, but probably your address got changed. So, yeah. read that much.
Okay. Good job. Okay. So we'll have some more recitations then, I guess.
Yeah. So who else? Let's see. Ayman Taiba, you want to recite?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Maryam.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Okay, do you want to recite?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا
ما شاء الله.
إن جهنم كان مرصادا
ما شاء الله.
للطاغين مآبا.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you so much. That was very beautiful. You went past our 17-hour mark, but mashallah, great recitation. Yeah, it was pretty good. You put all the Tajweed rules, the makharaj was good. You have beautiful voice as well. So great job, mashallah. Thank you. Okay, maybe like two more.
Yeah.
Finish. She wants to hear you, sir.
Isra, okay. Isra, you wanna go ahead next?
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Yusra. How are you?
Assalamualaikum, Yusra.
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, you can start from وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وجعلنا من بين
وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا.
I kind of got mixed with the other surah.
It's okay. وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَّاجًا.
وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا
ما شاء الله.
يوم
That's enough,
ينفخ في
Yusra.
الصور فتأتون أفواجا
That's it.
وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا
Okay, thank you.
وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا إن جهنم كانت مرصادا للطاغين مآبا.
MashaAllah. You can stop.
That's it.
That's it.
Isra, that's it. Like, you know, we are listening only the portion we are
13 to
teaching.
17, just that
Yeah.
much, okay? MashaAllah, good job. Your recitation, like I told you last time, is too fast. You need to slow down so you can do all the rules and the makharij. Otherwise, you can't do it, okay? Yeah? What did you say?
Can I read?
Yeah, sure. Arham can read too. Arham? Assalamu alaikum, Arham.
Those parts are so hard.
Those parts are too hard?
Just read. Just read.
You can read from the beginning if you want, Amma.
عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون لم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا
Layla.
I forgot some part.
Okay, it's okay, mashallah. How much you recited was very good, mashallah. I'm so proud of you, Arham. Good job. Good, okay? Alright, let's take like one last one, alright? One last recitation.
One last recitation. Okay, let's see. We listened to Jannah, right? Jannah,
I
right?
don't remember.
No? Okay, maybe Jannah, you are the last person. Let's hear your beautiful recitation.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Okay, you can start from وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَّاجًا.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء وثجاجا
لنخرج
لنخرج به حبا
ونباتا
حبا ونباتا
Yes, mashallah.
وجنات ألفافا.
Yes. Inna. Okay. That's all? Okay, that's good, mashallah. Great job. You can work a little bit on practicing it, but mashallah, good try, okay? Great job. Okay. Alright, I think that's all.
Yeah.
Fatima, you can recite, you can finish off with your recitation.
Yeah,
okay?
let's finish up with
Waja'alna.
Fatima's beautiful recitation. Look at this side. You don't have to see. You've already memorized
Memorized
it.
it. Well, I'll fix if you have a mistake. We'll
Yeah.
check him.
Sit nice.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا
وأنزلنا.
Start beginning, yeah.
وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا.
Okay, that's it. Good job, Fatima. See, you did it perfectly. Why are you scared?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, I think that's all. Inshallah, next time we'll try to cover a little bit more because there's how many ayahs? I forgot, but okay, we'll check that later. Anyways, inshallah, next time we'll cover some more ayats from Surah Naba. And yeah, hopefully all of you learned more in today's class. We'll also cover new Tajweed rules. Don't forget about the challenge, and if you want to get the Quran with Maryam book, and just stay tuned for all the exciting events and projects that are coming up for Ramadan, inshallah, and after Ramadan. So that's all, okay? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye. Say